Did you know you can protect your favorite plants from nematodes using mushrooms? Come join me in the chaos. Alright, so my favorite mushroom is called winecap. And it's my favorite for a number of reasons. First of all, it's a culinary quality mushroom, which means it's really good for cooking with. And it's delicious. And the mycelium, as it's invading the decaying organic material, if there happens to be any nematodes, they're going to be invaded, their cells are going to be invaded by this mycelium and used as a food source. So if any try to come and, eat my apple tree, then the mycelium will, invade the nematodes and use them as food. So, good way to turn all these wood chips that I constantly put here into fertilizer and to destroy any bad things that might be in the soil. And also, as you colonize the soil with a beneficial fungus, or mycelium in this case, it'll prevent other things from colonizing the soil. Other things that I may or may not want, since they'll be in competition. So this is a great way to protect your fruit trees. It's a pretty easy process too. I ordered my first bag online and I've made dozens since then. It's so easy with this particular type too, because you don't have to sterilize and do all the crazy laboratory stuff. You basically just fill up one of these bags with wood chips, take a handful of a culture, and you kind of put it in there and shake it up, and then you wait a month and then the mycelium takes over. So it's super easy with winecap mycelium. Kind of like if you've ever done like sourdough culture, you have a sourdough starter, you just keep adding material to it and it just keeps expanding. All right, so let me just jump right into the process. You can see here I have an apple tree, and you just want to pull away some of the mulch. And as you can see, I already have some mycelium here because I've already done this before. I've inoculated on this side, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you how to do it on this side. Eventually, the mycelium will just expand and take over the entire space, and that's what causes it to fruit. Like if you're wondering, hey, wait a second, that doesn't look like mushrooms. It's because the actual mushroom is just a whole bunch of these white threads called mycelium, and then eventually when it finishes colonizing all of its food source, when it takes over its food source, only then it produces fruit that produces spores so that it can continue its life cycle. So I take a handful of this nicely colonized wood chips. You can kind of see all the little white threads in there. And I like to heavily colonize it just so that it kind of creates its own immune system. So if anything tries to occupy the same space, so to speak, it will fight to stay where it is. And then you just convert up a nice layer of heavily, partially, whatever composted wood chips. And it's as simple as that, especially if you already mulch your fruit trees. Most cities will give away free wood chips, especially when there's storms around. You can get lots of wood chips. They'll just drop off a huge pile and you just put it around your fruit trees. But that's how you protect your trees. Thanks for joining me in the chaos.